Hello, welcome to Geeky Hijinks, home of the Mischief Makers, and today we're looking at Halloween Kills. So it's Halloween. Halloween is everywhere. Look in the shop windows. Halloween, YouTube Halloween, Instagram Halloween, Twitter Halloween. Everywhere you look is Halloween. Halloween! So what is there to say about Michael Myers at Halloween that hasn't been said already apart from personal experience? Now, Halloween is the first slasher film I've ever seen in my entire life. I watched it with my sister, and both of us were strangely not phased. I think I watched it at the age of 13, she must have been 11. Parenting! But we enjoyed the crap out of it. We don't scare easily, we just like a good story. That's the thing with genre films. Give me a good story, I don't care what the genre is, I'll enjoy it. But I was just fascinated by this film, from the deaths, from Michael Myers, just as no expression. I think it was the first film I ever watched where a character didn't say anything, but yet was so effective. But I loved everything about the first film, from the kills, the way Michael Myers tilted his head to look at his murderous work, pinning on the wall, to the character of Michael Myers himself. It was the first time I've seen a film where the character was so big, but yet so quiet, and just really made a massive impression on me. Jamie Lee Curtis was great as Laurie Strode. Loved all the deaths, I loved how it drips of the 70s, and that soundtrack would always be singed into my mind. But then I watched all these mediocre sequels. Not all of them are bad. Halloween 3 is good. I don't care what anyone says. It's nothing like the rest of them. It's meant to be different. So I like it for what it is. Hate on me if you want. But the rest of them, Rob Zombie was okay. Not perfect. And then 2018 came out and I really enjoyed it. For me, I watched it straight after the 78 one. Leading up to Halloween Kills. And I thought to myself, this is a pretty spot on, a faithful sequel to the original. Which leads me to Halloween Kills. Now, Halloween Kills is a film I couldn't wait for. It was my most anticipated film of the year. I saw the trailer. It was my favourite trailer reaction to do of the year because it got me hyped. I was way too happy watching people get killed. Hashtag firemen are cool being killed. But anyway, what is Halloween Kills about? Firemen are cool with being killed. I mean by Michael Myers, not in like their job. Anyway, Halloween Kills takes place straight after the first one, where Jamie Lee Curtis' character Laurie Strode and her daughter Karen and her granddaughter, can't remember her name, trap Michael Myers in Jamie Lee Curtis' trap in her basement, and she lights the place on fire. But unfortunately, firemen come to rescue the day, put out the fire, unleashing Michael Myers once more onto the residents of Haddonfield, and they all band together to try and stop him. So let's just get straight into this review, shall I? What I liked and didn't like, because everyone's done a review on this. I am disgustingly late with this review, and it's cold, hence the hat. So, what did I like about the film? Now, the first thing we can all agree on, whether you hate the film, kind of liked it, loved it, or in the middle, was Michael Myers was the best thing about this film. And I'll mention really quickly, Michael Myers was never my slasher villain. I thought he was okay, and I think it's because he was watered down a little bit, or not done justice in all the sequels I mentioned. But in 1978, the 2018, and Halloween Kills, this guy is now like, I'm a believer. This guy is now my favourite slasher villain of all time, just because of the presence he has in this film. He's unstoppable. His eyes remind me of that scene from Jaws where Quint talks about, like, it's a shark's eyes, a doll's eyes. Like that. Also, like Michael Myers is almost like a great white shark, but as a human, just stalking people, not phased about being shot at or hit or attacked or being chased by the police. He's got a mission in his head he wants to achieve, and he will achieve it. And that's the one thing with the original. When you watch it on your own, at home, alone, on Halloween of all days, you literally make sure your back is against the wall. Because I remember watching it about 15 years ago, the original, and I was freaked out because I was all alone watching Halloween. And then the music kicks in on the piano. Dun, 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 dun. And you're just like, this is no trapdoors back here, is there? But one thing I loved about Michael Myers in this particular movie was you see that he sees, in my opinion, the beauty in death. Because he lays out bodies in certain ways, like mimicking photographs. He would kill a couple, and there'd be a photo of them, and he lays them out dead in the position of the photo. Even in the original, when he stabs that guy in the stomach, and the guy's hanging on the wall dead, and then Michael Myers is tilting his head, admiring his work. And even there's one scene in this film where he's just taking knives off like this knife rack and just stabbing a guy. This guy's dead. He ain't coming back. But he's just grabbing a knife and he's perfectly positioning these knives in this guy's bag like he's creating some sort of sick, weird art that would probably get bought in this days for like £1 million. But yeah, Michael Myers was my favourite part of the film, which leads me, and I love the ending by the way of this film. The ending of the film was amazing. Which leads me to the kills in this film. Mwah! Bellissimo. Now, the kills of the firefighters, for those who didn't know, those are real firefighters. Those aren't actors. They're from an army base, and they're real. And the scene with them just getting brutally murdered, I was just like, I was loving life. But there's so many kills. The old couple, horrible, but I enjoyed it. And then the scene in the car, that was great. Basically, anytime Michael killed someone, it satisfied me. And for me, so you on about this film, it was so satisfying to watch a slasher film on the big screen. I'd be satisfied by all the deaths and the slasher villain, because how many Netflix and Amazon Prime and Shudder originals or exclusives do we get? And they're slashers, quote unquote, and they just suck. So for us, we should be so lucky to have a film like this available in the cinemas on Halloween. But if you love your kills and love your brutality when it comes to slasher villains, you're going to love this film. My face changed every single death. Each death that happened wasn't the same like shocked face. It changed throughout the entire thing. I was really enjoying this film. I love the soundtrack from this film too, from the opening with John Carpenter's theme, with a little twist in it because it had like this opera sound in the background where it was going, ah, ah. Okay, it's nothing like that at all. In fact, that was terrible. I'll keep it in. Let's pause the review for a second. This hat's really annoying because I keep spotting a little bump that pop up. I look like the end of a condom. But those are the things I liked. And he probably mentioned, hey, he didn't mention anything about the actors. Some of the acting wasn't bad, but most of the acting was terrible. So Jamie Lee Curtis, don't include her in this. But the acting, for me, oh my god, it was so corny and cheesy at times. I mentioned the granddaughter, and I forget her name. I'm really sorry for forgetting it. But there's a scene where they're in a hospital, and then the cop is asking what happened, and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but Michael's not dead. And then it cuts to the granddaughter, and she's like, what? And I thought that was terrible. I literally, when that scene came on, I was like, oh my god, that was so bad. I feel so embarrassed to be here right now. But Jamie Lee Curtis and the guy that played Hawkins, you are safe, I think. And Michael Myers. Michael Myers, you didn't speak, but you're the best actor in this damn film. So they're safe. Everyone else, though, you're on the table, my friend, because you were terrible. The worst offender of this was the guy that played Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle annoyed the crap out of me this entire film. From the first second you see him on the stage, talking about the history of Haddonfield, which they brought up too much in my opinion. The history of Michael Myers, the history of Michael Myers. Telling everyone, like exposition, like we don't know, it's like sunshine. We've seen 2 films up until this point, and the rest, we know what happened. But Tommy's on there and he plays it so serious, too serious, that he sucks the fun out of every scene he's in. And that beginning scene, like I mentioned, where he's telling the story of Michael Myers and it keeps him going close to his face and he's just like, the one night of the year, you're meant to have fun. I was just like, shut up, mate. You're annoying me. I want to see you die so badly. I'm so sick in the head sometimes. But every scene he was in, he was too keen. Running to people, come on guys, evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. I'm going to get on evil dies tonight in a second. But he was just annoying me. Everyone else was corny. The two, no, it was just him that really bugged me. Really, but there's always one in there. In Fear Street 94, didn't like Sam. And in this one, didn't like Tommy. Which leads me to evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Say that one more time and we are gonna fight. Play ball! I couldn't stand it. It was so cheesy. Like as soon as the first person said it, in the hospital, like evil dies tonight, and I was like, oh, please, no, that was poorly said. And the extras, I think this is one of the worst films for extras I've seen. Like, they suck you out the film because they're clearly overacting. Every extra in this film is overacting. Like, evil dies tonight. And he's like, please, give me back to Michael Myers. I have fun when he's on the screen. But this film will cause more deaths than Michael Myers, because if there's a drinking game called Take a Shot for every time someone says evil dies tonight, people are going to die, straight up die of alcohol poisoning. But that leads me to the humor where, just like Sully, it didn't land. Well, he landed in the lake, I suppose, but you get what I'm saying. But the humor wasn't good. There's this one scene where there's this gay couple called the 2 Johns. It's got Big John and Little John. And there's these kids. And this scene was awful. But they tried to make it funny, like, oh no, look, this kid, he got candy from here and now he's dying. And then they're rushing out and it's played so dramatically. And then the payoff is like, ha 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 ha. And I was in this room thinking, am I just boring now? Because I don't find this stuff funny. There was just something off with this humor. The writing, that's what it is. The writing, not just the jokes, but most of the dialogue is not good. And did I mention I hate Tommy Doyle? But overall, guys, I was more surprised by the reaction to this film than the film itself. I can't believe the hate this film is getting. I get it, it's not perfect, but compared to the slasher films we've been getting for the last God knows how many years, this was good. It was fun. Every time Michael Myers came on the screen, it was fun. Some of the best I've seen in a film in a very long time. It was brutal, it was intimidating, it was scary, you know, like there was some suspenseful moments here, especially when Kate, is her name Kate? Referred to phone one more time. Lindsay Wallace. Man, I suck. Yeah, when Lindsay Wallace is running, she's hiding behind the tree from Michael Myers. That was good, and the music again really played into that. Don't get me wrong, I know the jokes didn't land and the writing isn't great, and they could have done something completely different with this film, do something different with the horror genre, but you have to remember, this is a planned out trilogy. And you could say this was a filler episode for Halloween, maybe. But for me, I saw it more as Michael Myers versus the town, instead of Michael Myers versus Laurie Strode, which was different. Like, we'd never seen like the whole town try and kill. Well, that's wrong. There have been films like that in the past, but you know, on this scale, in this day and age, it's good to see this happening. And I know it's not perfect, but you can't admit it's not fun, and I can't see people not watching this again. Like, there are some horror films you can say, no, I'm never ever watching that film again. Halloween Kills for me is a film I'm going to watch every Halloween, along with the 2018 version and the 78 version, because they're a wicked little Halloween package. And I really hope that COVID doesn't come back and stops the third one from coming out next year, because we've got a lovely little quadrilogy of a complete story on our hands. So yeah, I can get people's points saying this wasn't good, this wasn't that. I understand it, but I just had so much fun with this film that I'm going to have to give Halloween Kills 3.5 out of 5 geeky coins. So guys, that was my review of Halloween Kills. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it a snooze fest or the greatest film you've ever seen? Comment in the comments and let me know, because I genuinely am interested. And if you like this video, drop one of those likes, because it always does help. But until next time, stay out of trouble.